Hey, good morning. We're here at the base of the Cheshire Harbor trailhead. We're going to be going up Mount Greylock this morning. I'm going to grab a map. Looks like that is not a map. That is just welcome to Adams, Massachusetts. So here's our map. We're going to be heading up Cheshire Harbor. Mount Greylock is the tallest mountain in Massachusetts, and according to the sign here, we're 3 miles from the summit, and it's about 2,000 feet of elevation. So it's a beautiful morning. Let's hit the trail. All right, here we are, beginning of the trail. A little bit of gravel. Starts going up pretty much immediately. Nice trail, good footing. Expecting a nice hike. All right, another switch back in the trail. Still a gravel path, steady incline. Nothing too dramatic yet. You can hear water in the distance. And you can see that's where we're going. All right, approaching some signage here. So the AT intersect is that way. We're going to also connect to it a little further up here on the Cheshire Harbor Trail. About a half mile in, 2.5 to the summit. And it looks like this is where the trail changes from gravel to traditional trail. All right, about 1.5 miles in. Trail's basic, nice and wide, good footing. There's been a couple of wet spots, but to be expected at this point in April. Bugs are coming out, so of course I did not bring the bug spray because I didn't think we'd need it yet, but that's how you learn. All right, we're keeping a pretty good steady pace. We're going about 2.25 miles an hour. And we'll check in when there's something more exciting to see. So we should be less than 1 mile from the top of Greylock. Said this has pretty much been a trail. There hasn't been a whole heck of a lot to look at, but it's been nice. It's starting to feel a little breeze, which is nice because it is warm out. I think it was about 60 degrees at the trailhead when we started. All right, little bridge here. Finally something to look at. That's nice. I've just been in the woods this whole time. About 700 feet to go from the summit, roughly. Looks like we've got a little diverging fork here. But I see a blaze. This is the way. All right. We should be coming up shortly to the junction with the Appalachian Trail. Also going to be crossing here, I think, the Summit Road to Greylock. Yep. All right. Appalachian Trail south is that away. We are continuing north, and we're going to be crossing Summit Road. Here we go, 1/2 mile to the summit. All right, we're approaching the pond on BAT, close to the summit of Greylock. So, check it out. Very cool. I could have probably brought my fishing pole. I wonder if there's anything in here. Alright, so we should be about a third of a mile from the summit. Alright, getting closer. We're well within 0.2 miles of the War Memorial here at the top and the summit. We're close though. Alright, approaching the summit. Mount Greylock, Massachusetts High Point. And that is the War Memorial. And it's going to be nice and quiet here compared to what it usually is because the road is not open yet. Here she is, Mount Greylock, 3,491 feet. All right, let's finish it up and get to the top. Mount Greylock. Okay, so this is looking east. Very nice. All right, we're making our way down. Going downhill as always. Actually, not always, but on this trail, it's much easier. And we're making good time getting back. Probably got a little bit over an hour left till we get to the truck. So, this hike turned out to be very nice. We're lucky we got beautiful skies. I hear it's cloudy and yucky back home on the Cape. Still making our way down. We are getting back on the gravel path, which is means we're getting pretty close to the trailhead now. Which is pretty good. So I would say, I'd guess we're about a half a mile to the trailhead. Making really good time coming down. All right, just getting to the end of the Cheshire Harbor Trail. We had a great hike today. It's beautiful weather. This was our last prep hike before Guadalupe Peak. That trip is in 2 weeks from yesterday, so gonna hit a lot of trails there. What is this? Wild pollinators. Nice. 2 weeks from yesterday, so that's going to be a 3,000 foot hike, about 8.4 miles in the desert. So we want to do a couple hikes to kick off the season, get our legs woken up before we did that. And this was a success. We made a really good time, and we got our ride home. We're back to the parking lot. Hey, just finishing up. We just completed Mount Greylock. I believe is 3,491 feet, the tallest peak in Massachusetts. We took the Cheshire Harbor Trail, connected with the AT to the summit and the War Memorial, and we made our way back down. It was a great hike, beautiful day. Glad you came along. Thanks for watching.